Face front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize podcast, the podcast where we talk Marvel movies, merchandise, comics, and more. I am your host, Chris, a Boingo writer Gaston, and with me, as always, in the bullpen.
Representing the Karen competition, the Vacuuminator is here.
Oh, does DC want to see your manager right now?
No, but the managers want to see DC, apparently. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, boy. It seems like one always has to suffer for the other to thrive.
Yeah.
Because if we're going early 90s, early to mid 90s, Marvel's pretty good. DC was struggling. Early 2000s, it was the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Then it kind of flips and flops.
Sure does.
And boy, it's probably going to keep this way for a while just because of how ingrained in the cultural brand Marvel is at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, the 2000s were probably the last time DC was on top.
I'd say the first few months of New 52, because it was a big push, big marketing.
Fair enough.
I'm not to say that it was good content, but it was like, oh wow, DC's doing something, we can get in on it, yeah.
Oh God, it's terrible. This thinks this is patootie. Let's make fun of it. Let's talk about how shit this is for the next 20 years, so that the few good comics from this era never get recognized.
Yeah. But we can be honest, it did give us Superman and Wonder Woman, which is just like, no. They need to be old and retired and had a happy and fulfilling life with their original loves that have died and are basically those old people who like find companionship later in life.
Where even then, that's a complete no TV for me. I gotta be honest. I'm a Batman Wonder Woman guy.
I can see that, but like I think it's very much more of like it's the end. They're all like it's just like it's not even sexual. It's just more of like I want someone to be in the house with me.
Well, in that case, why don't you just go all the way and make the Trinity a polycule?
No, because Batman will die sooner.
He's like the
Either way, how was your week?
Well, it was the week of Easter, so take a guess, me being an atheist in a house of Christians.
So you reveled in bunnies and eggs, then I have it.
I mean, I did eat some deviled eggs today. That was nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, you do know the history of those things, right?
I feel like I've learned it before, but I've forgotten it since.
Eggs and bunnies are not Christian. They are pagan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
In a similar way that Jesus wasn't born on Christmas. He was probably born in summer. But the reason we celebrate it on Christmas is because they wanted to co-opt Yule from the variety of European pagans who celebrated that holiday.
Yeah, and doesn't that all go back to like a political marriage way back in like Saxon times?
Kinda. It depends. Yeah. But that's more of like that's more of England and stuff, because the Nordics was very much more of like, hey, you guys got a lot of gods. Well, our god's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of a lot of gods.
Oh, is that where you're going? Hey, it's Moon Knight.
It sure is. Look at him. He's right here. He's in the room with us.
It's Moon Knight. How are you feeling, Moon Knight? Oh, he's a strong silent type. I see.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's not a very good podcast host, that Moon Knight. There's always a podcast going on in his head, though.
Stephen Grant, though, he has an Egyptology podcast that no one listens to. He's really proud of it,
I think Stephen Grant, if he got his shit together, could be like a regular guest on Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Mark Spector would have a gun YouTube channel.
And Jake Lockley just straight up operates out of the dark web, as we see in this episode.
As far as our simple understanding of the world is at this point in time, yeah. I was looking
Yeah,
for a thing for my fingers so I can
because
add.
like I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't big on this episode. This is probably my least favorite episode of a Disney Plus show so far.
Hmm.
But my favorite part was the hinting at Jake Lockley. I was like, oh shit, let's go! That whole scene.
Oh yeah, because they haven't tried to go like, oh, how many altars are there within the system? But having
Yeah.
Jake be there, this yo.
And he's somehow even worse than Mark.
I think it's the point is like Jake has no like he is kill or be killed because he's much more of like I'm a cabbie from New York. If you get stabbed, you get stab you back.
Yeah. You kind of feel like, because I don't know if that's going to be the backstory in the MCU. I kind of feel like from this episode, Mark's not really as bad a guy as he's been made out to be. Like in his perspective, he's just a guy who got roped into the Moon Knight thing. Whereas like all the assassin, crazy merc shit that he's been up to in his life, it's probably Jake.
Maybe. Either way, I do think it's cool. Also, anybody going like, oh man, I don't know how I feel about Mr. Knight. Hey, they showed you what the Mr. Knight is gonna vibe with here.
Yeah, you were totally right.
He's the detective. He's the archaeologist. He's the one who solves the puzzles.
And it works visually.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if we do get Jake in this season, because it could be possible that we don't see Jake until like the end of the season finale. If we do get Jake, is his Moon Knight form going to look all that different? What are they going to do with that?
Maybe it's going to be the one where he has the bird mask. Which is like just covered in bones.
Oof. That'd be a heck of good looking fellow.
Yeah. But let's just talk about the episode as we have it. Mark Spector's in Cairo.
He sure is. And for an episode of a show that is so heavily directed by an Egyptian creator, I gotta say, a lot of the Egyptian people we meet in this episode just kind of feel like Hollywood stereotypes to me. Like those thugs and the one dealer guy he tries to make contact with. I was like, these just feel like generic Egyptian people I would see in any Hollywood movie.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like... It's the same way of, like, a person doing, like, okay, a guy from New York doing a redneck interpretation feels worse than a southern person doing a redneck joke, you know? Like, you know that there's, like, a undercurrent of, like, I understand the truth of this matter, you know?
Mm-hmm. I suppose I can get that.
But, like, there's some better elements. At least it's not, like, the locations they were in were just, like, generic Egypt location, you know?
Yeah, like that episode of Transformers Prime where they go to New York and then spend the entire episode in generic subway tunnels.
Yeah. Like, it looks like an actual, like, I can see that being a place that, like, the locals...
A lot of those helicopter shots were stunning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jake from Database Ranger. Oh, yeah, no, Jake from Database Ranger. He totally stabs people.
I love that Jake. He's great. He's not as good as Jake from State Farm, though. That's my favorite Jake.
But I'm pretty sure Jake Database Ranger is still a good neighbor.
Mm-hmm. And he's also a Jake from State Farm.
Oh, is he from a farm state?
No, he literally worked for State Farm a few years back.
Oh. I bet every person who works for State Farm whose name is Jake is dreading their life right now.
He has told me several times he's tried to get ahead of the jokes himself.
But back to Moon Knight, everything goes to shit.
Yeah, because fucking these guys suck at detective work, and they don't want to ask Steven for help, and Lila has to come around and be like, "Yo, ask Steven for help."
He knows this shit. He can help me.
hmm I kind of love the meme that I saw the day after this episode, which was the friendship ended meme, but it's Lila and Steven. Marriage ended with Mark. Now Steven is my husband.
I mean, she be Myron. She be Myron.
Yeah, she gave him the look at one point when he was putting together that star chart.
Um, but they're trying to figure out how to find the tomb. Mark is being the worst kind of Batman. Is he's just going up to thugs and going like, "Tell me where the information is." Punch.
He's being Christian Bale Batman.
He's being Christian Bale Batman, which is a Batman.
hmm
It's
Like, I don't dislike those movies, but he's not the best. But he's very far from the best Batman.
yeah, it's a good Batman for those movies.
hmm
But he's just punching, and he's about to kill people, and Simeon's like, "No, you fucking asshole."
And I love how like Mark has his own limits too. He's like, I'm not gonna kill this kid, and then Konshu screws him into killing the kid.
Oh yeah, no, and it's Khonshu's reaction to that was just great. He's like, "Huh, I thought he'd tell you." Oh well. Just
Anyway.
complete ambivalence. I love this dickbag Khonshu. It's just like, "Hey, fucker, do this shit for me, please."
I love how he like acts like humans are just pawns to him, and then he bitches at the other gods about you abandoned the humans. I'm trying to help them.
You guys don't get to be assholes to them, but they're my shit. I get to be assholes to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to stop Andrew.
Harrow.
Harrow.
Mm-hmm.
What's his first name then?
Arthur.
You fuck nugget.
I read the Marvel Wiki article for once.
I understand and I appreciate it. From uncovering the tomb. And so just a variety of things happen.
And Harrow finds it surprisingly fast. Like, I thought we were going to spend the next episode or two of him searching for it. And no, just immediately at the start of this episode, he's like, oh, it's right here. Let's dig.
Nice. But now it's a ticking time clock. It's not just like, oh, we can stop them. It's like, oh, no, they're there. And we only have this much time before they get to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a benefit of them living like monks because they don't have any diggers. They have to do it hand by hand, bucket by bucket of sand. But, Moon Knight goes like, all right, we just need to fucking. Khonshu just goes like, all right, we just need to fucking nip this in the goddamn bud. Solar eclipse.
Yeah, which during that whole montage, I half expected to just see a shot of Stephen Strange going, what the fuck?
Solar eclipse. There we go. That should get the rest of their attention. They're gonna call a meeting and we need to talk about this shit. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you any more information. Fuck you, just do it. There's a door. Go in it. Okay, I'll do that.
Being Moon Knight is just like 90% learning on the job, I guess.
Yeah. And then we see the Council of the Egyptian Gods.
Who, they were probably my biggest problem with this episode in that, like, I don't dislike them as a concept, and I'm sure they're in the comics somewhere, but, like, I've never heard of them before. So getting them here, it felt like this is something that either would have been cut out of this if it were a movie or saved for the sequel.
Well, I think it makes sense for Moon Knight to just use every possible thing before he goes like, all right, scorched earth, let's just fuck this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes sense, but also Moon Knight has not flossed yet.
No, but I'm sure he will.
But I'm sure Moon Knight does floss while brushing his teeth because everybody should floss when brushing your teeth.
Yes.
Do you floss when you brush your teeth?
Yes.
Do you floss?
Yes.
I mean,
you make me. Do I have to floss for the camera right now?
I mean,
here.
Do the dance. That's not
Is this how it works?
fucking.
I don't know. I haven't seen Marco Stunt in a while. Fuck you. Clip that and put it on TikTok.
So Moon Knight just yells through Mark and just goes like, "You son of a bitch!"
He fucking Konshu talks like he has his caps lock on.
Oh, it's great. But also, like, Oscar Isaac being able to handle that was really good.
Oh yeah, people have been saying like Oscar Isaac hasn't been doing that good in this show, but like in this episode, there's a lot of great moments of him just like switching on a dime.
Mm-hmm. And basically, they call in the dude Harrow and go like, "Hey, are you doing shady shit?" "No." "Why should we trust you?" "Because Konshu abused me." Okay, yeah, that kind of tracks. "Hey, why shouldn't we trust you, Moon Knight?" I have DID, but we're not gonna actually say I have DID. "Oh, yeah, no, that makes you kind of sus." "Alright, just get the fuck out of here." It's basically what the whole thing was summed up as.
Yeah, it was a very lengthy, overwritten version of that.
But I mean, it's trying to show the character motivation behind that mindset, you know, of like
Mm-hmm.
Mark realizes that he's not neurotypical, and that's gonna just fuck him up in most things. It's like, oh yeah, how can we trust you? Your brain's not normal.
Yeah,
Well, fuck
and
you,
then,
I guess.
and then I also did. I've done a surprisingly amount of research for this show compared to other shows we've talked about. But like they say they're meeting in the Great Pyramid of Giza. I looked it up. There is no space anywhere near that big inside the Great Pyramid of Giza.
It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Marvel Comics never really deals with the Egyptian gods much, other than Konshu.
Yeah.
So like, they can fuck with a lot of things. Like, there's not a lot of comics canon with them, unlike like Hercules or Thor or Black Panther and stuff like that. So like, they can fucking make into a lot of new shit, and that's what I feel like they're doing.
I guess so.
Because they also went like, "Hey, yo, this is just how the Egyptian gods work on the MCU. It's everybody is a Moon Knight. Except Moon Knight gets a cool suit because Khonshu is a fucking badass."
Because Khonshu's vain as fuck.
Yeah. But, like, they're all technically, like, their version of a Moon Knight.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what that must be like for the other ones. Are they just like imaginary friends with their gods? Do they just like have little chat sessions at the end of every day while they're getting changed into their gym jams?
Yeah, that seems like it might be a thing. Just because, like, Khonshu is that motherfucker. This is like, do this, do it, shit, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then just a variety of trying to solve the problem. One of the avatars was like, "Yo, this kind of fucked, but you seem really dead set on trying to do this." So
Also, Khonshu is my god's ex, so I guess I owe him.
yeah. Here, find this thing. You'll find a map. Good luck. That's all I can give you.
Mhm.
But at least it's a start. So Mark decides to be the worst kind of Batman and just goes start asking random people, "Hey, have you seen this thing? I want this thing."
Has anybody seen the Joker?
And then Lila comes in and goes like, "You motherfucker, stop this. You're being an idiot. Do what I
Which makes
say."
me just wonder, how did they even fall in love in the first place? Like, how fucking puppy dog eyes must she have been for his stupid ass?
Well, here's the thing. I've actually seen some people with the ID talk about like their whole situation online,
Mhm.
and it seems like you can kind of switch alters without recognizing it in like without other people recognizing it unless they know what to look for. So I'm thinking she fell in love with Mark and Steven, and they were switching, and none of them ever realized it because Steven wasn't totally formed as a complete separate personality.
He didn't have a British accent yet.
Yeah. So he was just like a fun, clever Mark.
He was Mark when he's in a good mood.
Yeah. I think that might kind of be like she fell in love with all aspects of Mark without realizing it, and the Mark Spector part of the character just was like being a self-sacrificial asshole, going like, no, I need to cut everybody off in order to do this thing because fucking Konshu.
Yeah, because two interesting details in this episode are he tells her like he thought he had it really under control until very recently. And then like earlier in the episode when she's talking to that lady and getting her new passport made, she says that the place she found Steven at is like down the street from where they used to live.
Yeah. It seems very something happened and it's just downward spiral.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking it may be taken from the mid 2000s run of like he got hurt.
Possibly.
So basically they go to this fucking rich asshole guy
who is the actor who passed away before the show came out.
Yeah, sad, but he did a good job.
Yeah.
And basically they go like, hey, you know me. We just want to look at this mummy. Is that okay? Sure. I'm slightly suspicious of this man. Don't be. He's just going to do a lot of suspicious things and go look at your mummy and touch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They find the map. Everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
Because Haru's
I love when he's talking to Steven and she says he's praying. I would headcanon that she thinks he's talking to Konshu in that moment.
Oh, yeah, no. And honestly, talking to Konshu, even if you're calling him an asshole, that kind of fits praying.
Mm-hmm. Dear God, you're a dick. Amen.
And then everything just goes to shit. Haru comes in and goes like, hey, fuck you. You're not going to stop us. And then a big fight breaks out.
Yeah.
And we get a really, really good look at Moon Knight. Like, this is the best look we've had of the suit, of the fight scenes, of everything.
He does the cape thing that looks like a moon. Oh my god.
It looks so good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fight scene. He gets stabbed a lot with a bunch of spears.
Steven does not belong in a fight whatsoever.
Yeah, but he comes out, it's like, no, change back. Which was great. They succeed. But the fucking mummy gets destroyed, so they only have scraps of the map. They get the scraps. They go out into the desert. They're followed. They put it together because Steven knows his shit. He's like, all right, it's a star chart, but it's a star chart of several thousand years ago. We don't have a way to see what it would have been, even though there are actual software that can do that for you.
Yeah.
But Konshu goes like, all right, we need to get this done. I can do this, but I'm going to be fucking put in jail. So y'all need to break me out.
We're gonna make this have to take 6 episodes, basically.
So they do a really cool looking scene. They turn back time on the sky. Visually.
Which again, I'm usually not one of those people who's like, where were the other characters if it's a whole unit? But I'm like, Stephen Strange should be going, what the fuck is going on in Egypt?
Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing. I have a feeling he is, but time's just gonna move so fast, like this next few episodes, that he's not gonna have enough time to come and check and see what's up. Or
this was,
he's gonna go to
he...
or the person who's like the avatar of Ra just goes up to Steven and goes like, hey Steven, we know hey, y'all are Sorcerer Supreme and doing all that kind of stuff. We understand. We appreciate. Some just Egypty shit has just been going down. We've dealt with it. You don't need to worry about it. This guy, he's named Konshu. I've never heard of Konshu. You're right to never hear of Konshu. Kind of a dick. A lot of people don't like him. So he's in God jail now, and you don't have to worry about it. Everything's taken care of.
And I'm just like, I'm karaoke buddies with Konshu.
Wong is magic thing.
Yes.
The thing is friends with everybody. Wong is friends with every magic thing.
Yeah. But then I also have a counter theory. This is when Peter had him trapped in the mirror dimension.
Ooh, that's not a bad. That's pretty good. But either way, Khonshu's locked up in Stone Jail. They know where to go, but Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, they do not have their Moon Knight powers.
So they're going to have to Nathan Drake this shit.
They're going to have to traditional Moon Knight it. Which is just having gadgets and being a Batman.
I don't know, but I would really like that, Buster. I'd be very excited for that.
Here's the thing. I would love a Wong solo movie. It would have to be 100% completely original because there's never been a Wong solo run.
Yeah, because Wong's just Alfred in the comics. He's just magic Alfred.
Wong is Alfred, but allowed to be sassier.
Mm-hmm.
Allowed to be like the best friend of like, dude, you're being an idiot and you're fucking up.
Mm-hmm. Granted, Alfred has done that a lot in the modern era, but
to me, that's always much more of like, I care about you, and I don't want to see you die. Wong is very much that friend that goes like, you drink how many monsters? You fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Both Wong and Alfred would say, my God, you hurt yourself. But Alfred would go, my God, you hurt yourself, my son. Wong would go, my God, you hurt yourself. That's hilarious. Ha ha ha. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's Moon Knight, and I enjoyed it. I can understand why it's like a little laggy for like lolly for some people.
This episode really felt like padding to me. Yeah. A lot of it felt like, okay, we gotta get 6 episodes out of Moon Knight. How do we do that? The other Egyptian gods are a thing, and Mark's gonna have to do a rescue mission halfway through the show.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's not gonna be halfway through the show. I have a feeling the rescue mission's gonna kind of be episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
So Vac is Doc Strange and I'm Wong.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, I'm MCU Wong.
Does that make Buster? Oh, Buster, that makes you Spider-Man. That's great.
Hey, that means you fuck up. Not I. I don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Wait, that means I get to go to karaoke with Shang-Chi. Yo.
Yeah, and you're the Sorcerer Supreme.
I know, it's more, he does more like the...
Mm-hmm. He's like this, and Peter is like this.
Yes. I always think of it as like, this is Rock, this is Kitsune.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. But hey, guess what? We got toys and other news.
Oh my god!
It's almost as if we got toys and other news.
It's a thing that happens.
Do we got toys? Yeah. Do we got news? Yeah. Do we got other news? Yeah. Do we got toys and other news? Yeah. Do we got other things? Yeah. Do we got yeah? Yeah. Do we got bleh? Yeah. Did you enjoy your break while I did a gag?
I did, thank you.
Hey.
Hey.
Guess what?
What?
DC's getting an overhaul. I haven't read much on this. Is this purely in the movies or in the comics?
We don't know because they've literally just said DC. This could mean mainly film properties, but it could and like how all that is structured internally, but it could also mean this is a moment where the big corporate daddy is going, "Oh, hey, we own this small funny book company. Let's gut it."
I don't. It doesn't sound like it's want to be a gut because it's like shop shelf characters have been left to languish and need to be revitalized. That
But then
sounds
they
more
also
like
say that like the Joker is their top tier example of a B list character that's been given the spotlight recently.
yeah. Again, that doesn't read to me of like we want to gut this. It sounds more like we don't understand exactly, but Superman isn't the most popular superhero. We want to change that kind of thing.
Hmm. This sounds like they're going, oh shit, maybe we should read the wiki.
Yeah, and I can understand like their mindset of like, oh, the Joker's never a main character. He's always the antagonist. He's never the main character, but we gave him a main character slot and that did really well.
Hmm.
I think they phrase it in a dumb way, but like it makes sense, that kind of like logic from a business perspective.
Yeah. That being said, though, I am still worried on the level Buster is of like a lot of the best DC stuff lately has been very creator driven.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know if I want corporate coming in and telling people what to do right now.
I agree. I don't think they should be coming in and saying like, "Hey, James Gunn, do this instead." I think it should be much more about, again, brand refocusing of like what makes Superman Superman? Why should people care about Superman?
Hmm.
Why should people care about Aquaman? Why should people care about Wonder Woman? Which
Yeah, and I mean,
we
B
can.
Mask put out a great thread the day after this came out, just talking about like, hey, here's a ton of shit they've never done in a Superman movie. Why not this? Why not Metallo? Why not
Oh,
Mixie's Plidlick? Why not Toyman? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah,
like you can
yeah,
even do a whole metatextual Superman story with Metallo being like Iron Man.
yeah.
Like you do a whole story of Metallo comes into Metropolis. Like don't do it Superman versus the Elite, but he's kind of like the Elite. He's kind of
Mhm.
like he's kind of like a take on Iron Man. He's incredibly snarky. He's an asshole. He's up his own ass. He's Iron Man 1 Tony Stark.
Yeah. Or no, like middle of Iron Man 2 Tony.
Yeah, self-destructive as an asshole. And you basically have Superman come in, beat the bad guy, and give a statement of like, I would have been fine if you'd been a hero and you were a little jokey. You did all this kind
Mhm.
of stuff. If you did your job and you brought hope. And basically you use it as a way to like say, this is what DC is for, this is what Marvel's for. We're two different things. Don't don't just want DC to be Marvel like the Joss Whedon Justice League movie.
And you could even exemplify that by having Steel be a character in the movie and
And have him
juxtaposing Steel and Metallo.
kind of be like a Captain America Iron Man kind of like, yeah, he'll tell a joke every once in a while, but like, hey,
Hmm.
Steel, we gotta go save the people. Right on,
And
suits.
you can still get your Lex Luthor exposure because every Superman movie has to have Lex Luthor
I
by just having Lex be the person that makes Metallo.
Yeah, you can do a bunch of good things. Super Pets is a disappointing idea because
I keep forgetting that movie is happening, dude.
there's so many actually good Super Pet characters from the
Hmm.
comics, and they were just like, oh, Ace and Crypto. That's it. That's all we need.
Why the fuck you giving Wonder Woman a dog? Where's my Kanga represent or where's my Jumpa
Get
representation?
Jumpa. Get Jumpa. Hell yeah.
The moment I saw Jumpa wasn't in that movie, I was like, fuck this. I don't give a damn that it's Dwayne and what's his name, Matrix Boy.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is voicing Batman.
And isn't The Rock's constant on-screen partner, friend, short black comedian
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart? Isn't he playing Ace?
Yeah, I think he is Ace. It's like I get the mentality behind those decisions, but it's like who gives a fuck?
Like,
As a
my god, there is a perfect opportunity to have a tiny, cute, adorable Cthulhu monster be the pet of Aquaman, and you didn't take it?
Mhm. I mean, hell, put Streaky in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That relation, people love the Crypto to Superdog
Cartoon.
cartoon that had Streaky as Crypto's best friend.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do, and they just went bare minimum.
Yeah.
I do. Okay.
It's
Dear.
like, what if the Lego movie was the complete slop we all thought it was going to be?
Yeah. And here's the thing I can see there needing to be a shakeup at DC. There's so, like they've been doing okay things, but like it just needs a focus. It needs a focusing
Hmm.
because
And
between
I'm not talking about a goddamn extended universe when I say that.
no. I'm talking comics because between Jeff Jones, Dan DiDio, and the current direction, DC and comics have had 4 or 5 different fucking directions on where they wanted to go in so many years that they just need to like focus, understand what they want to do, come together as a group of collective artists, and go like this direction.
Because like 80% of what DC's putting out right now in terms of comics isn't even main universe stuff. It's a lot of black label. This is just a story a writer wants to tell kind of things, which I'm not against. I love those kinds of books, and a lot of the ones that are going on right now are really damn good. But like the only notable thing happening in the main universe is freaking Dark Crisis is next month.
Yeah, and Superman's off planet.
Mhm.
Like, there's interesting things to be had, and cartoon snob coming through because man, those characters like yeah, the character designs on the Super Pet movie look bland.
They look like Illumination backwash.
Yeah, the jokes haven't been landing in any of the trailers. Like, the weird it's a weird relationship between Superman and Crypto. It's just like, why are you portraying it like that? It's just a man and his dog.
Oh, excuse me.
It's a man and his best friend. It's just a man and his dog. It doesn't need to be any more than that.
Yeah. Like it's weird that like Steven Spielberg making the first Transformers movie understood that relationship better than the people making this.
Yeah. Uh so I can see there needed to be a shakeup, but I can understand the apprehension.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's a little of column A, a little of column B. Like, you just gotta just hope things go for the good.
Fingers crossed this isn't another mass firing.
Hopefully, it's not a mass firing. And dear God, do y'all not need another crisis?
Yeah.
You do not need a fucking crisis.
Yeah.
You just need like one. I wouldn't even like one story, one event, one thing that just goes like, all right, here's the thing laid out. That's all you need to know.
And I feel like that's what Dark Crisis is trying to do. And like if that's what it is, great, but like I don't want to hear the name Crisis for at least the next 5 years.
Like, y'all just need a life and death of the DC universe, like Marvel has like a life and death of Marvel.
Mm.
Because there was a 5 or 6 issue miniseries called "The Life and Death of the Marvel Universe," story that was basically Franklin and Galactus at the end of the universe, at the end of time, going like, "Hey man, superheroes were fucking great, weren't they? Yeah, let's go through the entire timeline of Marvel comics
Mm-hmm.
and explain
How many
everything."
crisis events have we gotten in the past 5 years? In name, zero. In concept, like six.
You got to remember, Crisis is a concept and a brand name. Because so like, even then, like there was what Infinite Crisis was the first one. 0 Hour was the next one.
No, Crisis on Infinite Earths, then Zero Hour, then Invasion and Legends were kind of not that, but they were also trying to capitalize on the event hype of that decade.
Yeah.
Um, then DC was kind of silent on company-wide events for a decade or two. Then we had Infinite Crisis and Identity Crisis. Then there was Blackest Night and Brightest Day, which were kind of supposed to be a crisis. Then you have Flashpoint and then DC Rebirth. Um, and since then, there's been like a lot of mini events that have meant to be for the specific character, but end up encompassing everybody that have kind of been crisis level things. Like they wanted to call Dark Knight's Death Metal a crisis. It was going to be called Dark Crisis, and then management said, "No, we need to save that name for something else."
No, that's too good of a name. That sounds like a fucking Onslaught situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember the Comic Pop episode on Onslaught.
Oh yeah.
But let's get off the critiquing DC and their business policies, because DC has put out good stuff. DC does do good things.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of them later, I think. Let me check. Yeah, we're going to talk about some of them later.
And I do believe a good Marvel needs a good DC to like balance it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Marvel's only as good as the DC is good.
Yeah.
The book was really good, Buster. I would definitely suggest picking it up. I don't remember if that's the exact name of the book, but it's a really good book because
it's what the kids call a hood classic.
Yeah. But no, that's always been like the semi-canon end of the Marvel universe, that Franklin would succeed Galactus and become the new Herald. Not the new Herald, the new Eater of Worlds in the next universe.
Yeah. It's like Dark Knight Returns, in that the internal policy has been eventually we'll get there, just not anytime soon.
Yeah, no, competition's a good thing, and that's always a thing. It's like people should be going like, we want to be better, we want to do the best we can do. But when it comes to Marvel and DC specifically, this is very much my kind of point of view. DC is the moral and idealistic standard bearer for American superheroes. Superman needs to be the best man he can be. Batman needs to be the best man he can be. Green Lantern, they can go through follies. They can fall, they can change, they can grow, but they need to be that there needs to be like that hope. They are the gods that the Marvel characters are aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel heroes are in the fucking gray, in the ground, going like, I don't know what to do, while Superman goes like, I know exactly what I can do.
Yeah. Marvel characters are relatable. DC characters are aspirational.
Yeah. And that's why they do really good things when they go up against each other, but also they can never be in the same universe because it's just too incompatible. Because the second Superman's in the Marvel universe, the mutant storylines are all taken care of, and human storylines are all taken care of, eternal storylines are all taken care of. DC heroes are the gods who love mankind and want to help them. Marvel are mankind aspiring to be gods to save the world.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people aspiring to save the world, we got 3 of them coming in 2023. Hasbro Pulse announced, we're getting all of the movie Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think was ever in doubt, but like, this is the official, hey, we're doing it. It's going to take a while because toy production takes a while, people, but it is happening.
You're avoiding say Among Us, aren't you? Well, I just said it right there. I don't know. I am I sus? Am I a sussy baka?
You sure are, buddy, pal, friendo.
So we're getting the 3 Spider-Man, probably all going to be in the same wave. We're also probably going to get
the same wave or a free pack, potentially.
I would prefer same wave just so that they can all get the attention that they deserve.
Oh, dude, I just had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Same wave. You also get Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Electro in that wave.
Do
And
we
the
get the original
Build-A-Figure,
version, or do we get the No Way Home version?
you get the No Way Home version. And then the Build-A-Figure is super articulated tentacles for Doc Ock.
I can see that, or if they don't want to do Doc Ock and they want to do like Sandy Sandman,
Ooh.
I can see the Build-A-Figure
Re-
being Lizard.
Redeem one of Hasbro's first Build-A-Figures? Hell yeah. Because
But
there's a Spider-Man free Sandman Build-A-Figure Hasbro did way back in the day, and it's basically just a statue.
but like Sandman would be interesting, or a Lizard one, because those are always cool.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think we need a No Way Home Green Goblin, because that's a perfect interpretation of the Green Goblin costume for film.
Yeah. And from the bone, please, 2 different heads. One is the Willem Dafoe with the smile, and one is the Power Rangers helmet.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be great. But Bruce Campbell needs to be. Bruce Campbell's gonna be in Doctor Strange, because Bruce Campbell is Sam Raimi's good luck charm.
Yeah.
He's in every Sam Raimi movie.
He's voicing Rintra.
Oh my god, what if Bruce Campbell voices Shumagorath?
Bro!
That'd be fuck. He's not being called Shumagorath. I don't know why, but it's Shumagorath. He looks like Shumagorath.
Because it's a thing with the estate of the guy who originally created Shin Magorath.
Yeah. He's Shumagorath. He looks like the character from Marvel vs. Capcom. That's what everyone's gonna call him that. I don't care what people say. I don't care what Lego says. It's Shumagorath.
Yeah, just like I don't care what Lego says, it's the Slave One.
Yeah. I can understand that partially just because, like, but like, if you, as long as they put like an in-canon universe of like, why is it called the Slave One? I don't know. Ask my fucking dad.
And then there's like a prequel book. Why is it called the Slave One? I don't know. That's what the guy I bought it from named it. I never bothered to change the registration. I'm lazy. Sorry.
No, because I have a feeling like Django called it Slave One because he felt he was enslaved and that was his escape. Like, that could be just the easy explanation. That's all you need.
Potential.
Or it'd go with the other way. Instead of saying it's Slave Leia, it's Hut Slayer Leia. It's a Hut Slayer now.
Leia the Hut Slayer, coming soon to Fox.
I do like that change of branding, though. It's like, oh, it's no longer Slave Leia, it's Hut Slayer Leia.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for the Spider-Man. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. I never realized how big Andrew's eyes were. That's Toddy Mcfarland.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Andrew's got a good suit. I don't know why people didn't like it back in the day.
I like the second one better. The first one is just has some textures I don't vibe with.
You're not a basketball texture guy?
It's not that. It's more, I think, the feet were too textured to look like shoes, and I don't like the eye lenses. Like, you change those two things out, I think it's a pretty damn good suit.
Sure.
And it might even look a little bit more like a Ben Reilly suit. Like, not Ben Reilly hoodie, more like Ben Reilly as Spider-Man.
Yeah. By the way, me saying Defoe should have interchangeable heads, all these Spider-Men should have interchangeable heads. I want to have that. I want to pose them on my shelf doing the free man hug with the masks off.
Yeah. But speaking of Spider People, we got another Spider People that might be happening. Australia retailer teased Marvel Legends Spider-Verse SPDR. It's the movie version, but
we've known that's been coming for a while via leaks too. So
yeah.
Would not be surprised if that gets revealed at the Fan First event happening for Marvel Legends on Tuesday. Because look, there's fucking Dan Yoon from the Marvel Legends team posting that GIF, which is just amazing.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've made my piece about Spider-Verse SPDR.
I like both designs, but I do want the Spider-Verse one really bad. I almost bought a Nendoroid to get that version as quick as possible. So like I really want this, and I really hope it's what the rumor leak said, that it's going to be in a free pack with Penny and Noir, because that would just finish off the Spider-Verse team right then and there.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a really good thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just also just one of those assholes who really enjoy the one-shot comic and just love the Gerard Way design and everything. So
yeah,
don't take my opinion into not getting the toy. The toy is probably going to be good. The design is really good. It's just like, it'd be like calling the super deformed version of the 79 Gundam the same thing as the regular Gundam.
mm-hmm. Or like the 2017 Megazord compared to the original Dino.
Yeah.
That's how you feel about it.
Is fine design. It's just like, come on, this design is so cool. You could have done something with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine Penny being this cute, expressive girl, and she climbs into this fucking horror robot that's just long and gangly and terrifying looking.
And it's not the cute emoji face thing. It's just a dead mask. And from inside it, you hear her cute little voice, and that makes it even creepier.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: the robot still moves, and it's like a cool, happy dude. It's just like, he just looks like a scary piece of shit, and he's just like, that's what I would like.
You want Konshu as a Spider-Man robot.
Yes, but he's happy. Speaking of dead things like Konshu, Blackest Night Batman got a second teaser. It looks okay.
It was pretty good for a figure of that design. I'm not super into the Black Lantern designs. There's some I really like, and most of them I'm just like, that sure is a DC character as a zombie. But like we got a whole bunch of these to go through real quick.
Yeah, I can go on to the next one too, real quick.
Yeah, it seems like Todd is doing a whole Blackest Night wave, which is really impressive and ambitious to me, because like the DC Direct Blackest Night line is one of the first collector-oriented toy lines I remember people being really into when I was getting into the online toy community. So to see him taking the first new swack at those designs in a long time is like, oh, okay.
We also got
that's ambitious.
Blackest Night Superman. Why is there a zombie Superman? Superman never died. He just went into a healing coma.
That's Silver Age Superman there, buddy. That's the Superman that died in Crisis.
Oh, the second Crisis.
Yeah.
Because he just went off into an alternate universe in the first Crisis.
Yep. I'm not as into this one as I am the Batman. A lot of the details look kind of puffy and fuzzy to me. It's probably just because it's a prototype, but it's also just like I've never been super into the main hero Black Lanterns. It's more like the obscure heroes who had been dead for a long time that I like the next reveal,
which is McFarland Toys Blackest Night Deathstorm.
This figure looks fucking badass to me, especially because they made the choice to shade the fire in his head instead of like the original Blackest Night figure, which had translucent plastic on the head. Like, it just looks so much spookier and badass. This thing looks like a death metal t-shirt.
This thing looks like a Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I'm really down for this one. I'm hoping there's at least a couple more figures in this wave. Like, give me a new Necrom, Todd. That'd be great. Yeah, so far these are looking interesting. Not entirely enticing to me, but pretty cool. The only complaint I have with them overall is just I don't see any sculpted rings on those hands. So maybe fix that.
But next up, we got some Judge Dredd figures, some new judges.
Yeah, Hiya Toys has revealed the next two figures in their 3 3/4-inch Judge Dredd line, which is Judge Anderson, and I forget what the other one is.
We'll see in a minute. Judge Anderson looks good. And if you've seen the Dredd movie, Anderson's in it.
Yeah, she's the girl judge that it's her first day on the job in the movie.
Yep. The Croco
It
Boy.
it is Clegg, and this is the first non-judge character in the line. He's just a generic villain that reoccurs in 2000 AD.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like him. I like his big, silly, googly eyes.
I wonder if after they kind of get through some Judge Dredd stuff, if the Hiya Toys is ever going to tackle any other 2000 AD franchises.
That would be interesting.
Like, give me a Warlock figure.
Mm.
Do you know Warlock from 2000 AD?
I don't, but I'm gonna look him up right now.
I'm looking him up just so we can show the audience. It's Nemesis the Warlock. That's his name.
Oh fuck yeah, this dude looks dope as hell.
So by the way, people, this is Nemesis the Warlock. He is a 2000 AD character.
Yeah.
There's been a statue of him. Oh, here's a better looking statue. Yeah, like, look at that demon looking motherfucker.
I also just love the current renaissance of like obscure independent characters who have been around forever finally getting figures. Like that Lady Death and Vampirella we talked about a few months back.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing that's missing is a freaking Cerebus the Aardvark figure. Where's that at?
In Incel Hell.
Yeah, because I don't like Dave Sim. I think he's a piece of shit, but you can't deny the kind of iconicness of Cerebus.
Give me, you know what? Give me a Scott McCloud figure. That's what I want.
Mm. Or just to make Buster pop, an entire comic-based Scott Pilgrim line.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Maybe we might get it with the anime.
Maybe. Wait, there's a Scott Pilgrim anime happening?
Yeah.
Nobody told me. That's awesome.
It's probably going to adapt the book more closely. So.
Yeah.
What else? What else? Give me another Madman figure.
Yeah.
Favorite places in my enemies. Yeah, no, Buster, you probably don't know about Cerebus. It started off as like a pretty standard adventure comic, you know, starring an aardvark fighting in like all this kind of like medieval-y stuff. And then it got like deeper and more political and like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then the dude went through a divorce and the whole comic just went fuck women.
Yeah. There are Invincible toys. They're based on the show, but it's almost the exact same designs. And then, oh god, I had one for a second there. I can't remember it now.
And yeah, we also have had Walking Dead figures technically.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember that was actually a major and important independent comic.
Yeah, Walking Dead was fucking huge, and now you'd never guess. Just like My Little Pony was fucking huge, and now you'd never guess.
Yeah. But hey, guess what? We've got more Zombos.
Yeah, because remember, Todd saved all those DC Collectibles designs that were in production when that company got shut down, and now he's putting them out. And you know, I'm not super into the DC concept for action figures, but I can't deny that like it's great that these are still happening, and the way Todd is marketing them is also really impressive. Just because like he's actually posing them in the pictures, whereas like these straight up and down poses are like all you would ever get with DC Collectibles. So like you can actually see that there's shit to do with these figures now.
Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't mind them just reusing some of these bodies and just giving them better heads. Or did the original DC Collectibles do that?
I think we've gotten some of these as DC Essentials figures. Like, I know we've gotten that Batgirl. We might have gotten the other ones as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
They look neat.
Yeah. It was always much more preferred to me, the sort of DC Essentials aesthetic than what Multiverse has been doing. But kind of accepted that Essentials ain't coming back at this point.
Shame.
Yeah.
Either way, they look okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? For the podcast where we talk about Marvel comics, movies, merchandise, and more, we haven't talked a lot of Marvel merchandise. So yeah, we're getting a 3-0 Iron Man Infinity Saga.
Yeah, and
Mark
for
L.
this is the Mark 50 from I think it's Infinity War. I don't think this is the Endgame suit. I think the Endgame suit is 51.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Nanotech suit, which I've never been a huge fan of, but I can't deny that this is a great looking figure of it.
Yeah. I think it helps that like the legs are a little chunkier, because I think that's the problem with the other Nanotech suit. Like the actual Nanotech suit, is the legs just look a little too thin.
It just looks like a CGI man. It doesn't look like an Iron Man.
Yeah.
But no, this thing's going to be pretty crazy. It's got 48 points of articulation, going to come with all the accessories seen in the movie, and it's going to have light up LED features on the eyes, chest, and back.
Nice.
All that can be yours for the low price of not listed here.
Oh damn, it's priceless.
I wonder, is this thing up for pre-order anywhere?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not seeing a price on the FreeZero site they have linked on this article. That's interesting. It's coming out in the fourth quarter of this year.
Know what we need to do now, though?
What do we need to do?
Talk about comics. Tell me about Wonder Woman. Tell me
All right,
about
Wonder
Woman.
Woman. Is this the penultimate part of Trial of the Amazons?
5 of 7.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 2 more left to go. And this is a bit of a weird one because like the games do finally start in this, but then a random villain I've never heard of, Ultim the Savior.
You mean all of Wonder Woman's villains?
Fuck you. He causes some bullshit. There's a big cave-in, and they're all sent into the as of never before heard of catacombs underneath Paradise Island, and they're just like, okay.
And we are reconnected. We're good.
Yay!
So, catacombs. This is the trial now, I guess. And what else?
And I'm like having to recheck the end of this. Basically, it's turned into another, chaos has come to the island, we're going to have to put things on hold to deal with this kind of effect. So I don't know if they're ever actually going to choose someone at the end of this. It's weird. It's like, I want to be excited for this event, but it keeps taking all these left turns that I'm like, this is not what you advertised.
Give me what I want.
Mm-hmm. Art's solid though. It's got kind of a sketchy shadowiness about it in this issue.
That's good. Hey, guess what?
What?
Didn't fucking do. Tell me about Captain Carter.
Captain Carter issue 2 is here, and this series has been fairly interesting in that it's kind of just speed running MCU Captain America plot points. In that, like, in this issue, she's in the present dealing with Hydra and mistrusting government people who are overseeing her, and she fights Batroc.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's all in this issue, and she ultimately decides that she's going to stop working for the British government because she gets a big old liberal talking to from the lady who lived in the apartment across the hall from her after she accidentally puts some refugees into the system without knowing how bad that is. And Betsy Braddock is faced with the decision of, Am I gonna help Captain Carter, or am I gonna stick with the government? And then she goes home, and oh no, there's somebody in her apartment waiting to kill her. So the decision's been made for her, to be continued.
You know what I'd love to see? I would love to see her brother, who just bends reality and is just a fucking asshole.
They do name drop him at one point in this.
That's cool.
Yeah. Also, next issue, we're getting this universe's version of Tony Stark, who looks like he's a full-on cyborg.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
Black Panther, issue 5.
Oh, I forgot you were reading Black Panther.
Yeah, no, it was good. Okay. So, basically, the person he was been working with, trying to solve all the things that he started to suspect might be the cause of all the sleeper agents dying, is put onto trial, and she basically goes like, yeah, no, I didn't do this. Something's going on. Someone's lying. I don't know, but I'll go to jail, fine, whatever, fuck you. Okay? Also, fuck T'Challa for accusing me of this bullshit. Fuck him. Okay? And so the trial happens, she gets put into jail, and everybody is now suspicious, and they start looking into a bunch of different things, and they go like, okay, things aren't adding up 100%. Something's going on. Someone was killing these sleeper agents and doing all these things to destabilize Wakanda and grab power from within Wakanda. So someone in Wakanda is trying to like destabilize the democracy that they've established for some reason. Okay. And so like all the major political people have a conversation, like have a big like meeting about it, conversation thing. And so like the current head of like the defense and the current prime minister and T'Challa are all there, and they all kind of go like, all right, someone's doing this and we don't know who, we don't know why. And then someone points out, we do have one person who might have a reason why. T'Challa. You know, destabilize the growing democracy so you can reinstate yourself as king. And T'Challa goes like, I don't want that.
T'Challa's like, why the fuck would I do that? That's work. I don't want to do work.
Yeah, but no, he's been doing work anyway as the Black Panther. So the Prime Minister goes like, all right, everybody, let's just like, okay, your clearance is taken away till we know further. T'Challa, can you give up your Black Panther suit? And he's like, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go solve this anyway. I'm a superhero. Fuck you. So he's about to be taken into custody. He fights his way out of it, and he's escaping Wakanda on a fucking hover bike. The shield is closing in on the city, and they're going like, oh, he's not going to be able to escape. And the little hole opens up for him, and then closes right out behind him, because Shuri knew what he was going to do. So that helped him escape, so he could go solve the problem. So Shuri then busts out the other sleeper agent who's in jail, and she goes like, why are you doing this? And she goes like, I don't know if you were specifically the one who's been doing this, but I trust you enough that you will be able to accomplish my goals and clear T'Challa's name and come and solve this mystery. Because if you were the cause of it, I am smart enough to notice it by being around you. And if you were not the cause of it, you will work extra hard to clear your own name.
Legit.
So now Black Panther is a fugitive of the Wakandan state, trying to clear his name and solve who has been trying to destabilize Wakanda. So it's really good. But also, it's also recognizing T'Challa has been acting kind of extra bad. Like, he's been acting like Namor and Doctor Doom. And that's not normally T'Challa. And it was basically, this issue was going like, yeah, no, that was all kind of fucked. And T'Challa going like, yeah, it was kind of fucked. I need to solve all this. So yeah, good. Read Black Panther. It is solid, it is good. Hey, tell me about Kal-El, son of Superman. Superman Kal-El, son of Kal. Kal, son of Kal.
What?
Tell me about Superman.
Sorry, I got distracted. New X8 content dropped.
Ixuedo.
Yeah. All right, so this issue is pretty fucking great if you're digging how this book has been going, because it's essentially just more of that. Lex Luthor holds a big old press conference trying to defame John for having supposedly killed a dude last issue, but we all know he didn't kill a dude, but the world doesn't know he didn't kill a dude, so he's listening with his super hearing and hearing people doubt him all over the world. But he's still trying to be a good Superman and do Superman things, but people are scared of him now, so it's hard. And then Barbara Gordon provides valuable information on why that's all bullshit. And Lois is like, sweet, I'm going to go confront Lex at the press conference, which is still happening. And she's like, all right, Lex, you think my son's a bitch? Bet. And she pulls out the lasso of truth. Touch it. Tell me he really killed a man. And he's like, I don't have to do that. I'm going back in my ivory tower. And she's like, oh, get back here, you bitch. And then a super person guard tries to grab her hand, and John just shows up and whips the shit out of him. Like, don't you touch my mom.
Also, Miss Lois, can you put the lasso of truth from Wonder Woman around so I can tell people the truth?
Yeah. But they don't do that. They just cut back to at the Kent home, and John is like, how did you get Wonder Woman to let you borrow that? And she's like, oh, I didn't. I spray painted a rope gold. And then they're talking about some shit, and Jay figures out that John hasn't told his mom that he's gay yet, and Jay's like, you should probably tell your mom, considering she's working with me now. And he's like, all right, Mom. And she's like, oh, come in the other room. And he thinks he's in trouble. And there's just a big splash page of her hugging him and saying, I love every single part of you.
And he's bi, not gay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Don't do bi erasure. Bi erasure is not a good thing.
Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah.
I just forgot.
I mean, he's in a gay relationship. It's understandable.
Yeah. And there's a great panel after that where he's just like, you knew? I suspected. I'm pretty intuitive. You fought Dad Wars 2 different people for a while. I've won Pulitzer since then. And then Batman shows up and he's like...
She should just go like, your father's very convincing.
And then Batman shows up and he's just like, Lois, you threatened Lex Luthor, who's allied with a friggin' dictatorship right now. So Justice League protocol is to take you into protective witness protection, custody protection. So you want to get in the Batplane? She's like, all right, bet. And John's like, where are you going? Lois is like, oh, come with us so that you know. And he's like, all right, let's go, John. Batman's like, Jay can't come. Why can't Jay come? Jay can't come. It's just family and next of kin. Okay. And then they get in the Batplane, and Bruce immediately goes, you can't trust Jay. Dun dun dun, to be continued.
I am Batman, you can trust everything I say. Don't fucking trust that kid.
Yeah. This is a good issue. I like this issue a lot.
That's good. I also like how, oh my god. I'm gonna say a name, and I wanted to see your reaction.
Okay.
Hook.
Yeah, but Hook doesn't have as much of a baby face as John does.
No, but it's the hair. It's that hair. That's
yeah. He got that Hook hair.
Got that Hook hair. All right, good that you're enjoying it. Hey. Tell me back here.
All right. I think it's the penultimate issue of this, but yeah, because it's supposed to be a 12-issue series. It's penultimate issue of this book, and there's a whole lot of future drama going on here, and finally explaining certain shit that led to this book actually happening, like how Andrea Beaumont got a kid, how her kid died, how Selena blamed herself. All that shit is finally revealed in this issue, and it's very sad and dramatic. And there's a great scene of Selena and Helena kind of like finally making good towards the end of the issue. And I'm interested to see where this is gonna finally wrap up. I won't say this is like been amazing so far, but it's been a very interesting series so far, and it's definitely one of those that once we get the final issue next month, I'm gonna have to go back and reread this all in one sitting because I probably just don't remember the whole of it at this point.
This is a book where it's like entirely post happily ever after, but Bruce died.
Yeah. But also there's flashbacks with Bruce. Like there's a flashback to very early in their relationship, like pre her knowing he's Batman kind of stuff, where like the Riddler is running from Batman and he just runs into Catwoman in an alley and she's sitting on a dumpster and she just goes like, "Yo, hide in this dumpster for half the money in your bag. I won't tell Batman you're coming. I'll just distract him." All right. And then he gets in there and Batman shows up. And she's just like, "Oh, hey, I got you a Christmas present. The Riddler's in there."
Ah, that's cute. I read Venom issue 7.
How's that go?
You see that cover?
What the fuck is that?
That's Bedlam.
Bedlam? I know that name, but I don't know the context for it.
He's just a new villain.
Okay.
And pretty much a friend that Dylan has become, an old man Dylan was working for, gets into a gang war shootout thing. All the while, Dylan is dealing with that red asshole, and they're fighting.
That red asshole.
Until
Gotta put some gold pawn on that red asshole.
And then Dylan goes like, "Hi, you you Foundation people, do you think you can just stick some goo on a person? They can fight me? Hi, you gotta rethink yourself." And Bedlam goes like, "Is that what you think I am? You fucking asshole. You're an idiot. You're a dumbass. Let me just show you my human face." It's like the person underneath here, you don't see their face. All you see is Dylan starting to shed a tear, and the person in the thing is a muscular man with blonde hair.
Isn't it a Brock?
We don't know. We'll find out next issue.
Dude, this Venom run has not sounded super bueno to me, I gotta admit.
Nah, the Case one was better, but this is okay. I'm fine with it.
I love that you kept going with it past the first bump. Like I was not expecting that.
Well, I needed to make sure you knew what I was doing.
Oh, because I don't hear those fucking beeps everywhere I go anymore.
Do 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 do.
I'm living in a nightmare of my own creation.
Do 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 do.
Anyway, this issue is actually really fucking good. I've been enjoying Groom's run so far because this is basically just like a lot of good, solid story stuff following up on what we established in the last issue. Like, there's a really great scene where Matt and Zordon are talking to each other because they bring Zordon to the site of the destroyed command center. And he's like, "Oh, thanks for bringing me back. You know, it's even though you're still in the process of rebuilding the thing, it's really nice to be back here instead of that dark storage unit that they were keeping me in." And he's like, "Yeah, I just brought you here so that we could have all the Ranger shit in one place. I don't like you." And he walks away. And then and then Zordon and Grace get a moment to like actually kind of make amends, which I never thought we'd get. So that was really nice. And then really, really smart writing that also leads to potential shenanigans. Rocky is having trouble taking care of his family and being available to watch over the construction sites. So Matt has the brilliant idea of, oh, hey, let's just say that your family won a day with the Green Ranger. So they take all his siblings who are like half his age to this construction site. And there's a lot of cute little kids interacting
Are
with
you
Power
telling
Rangers
me
at that
there's a
moment.
Power Rangers plot in this Power Rangers comic book?
Yeah, yeah. Um, and like one of my favorite things is immediately there's like these 5, 6 year old little twin brothers of Rocky. And one of them runs off immediately and runs into Zordon, and there's just this cute exchange of, "Hello, well, hello there, small one. My name's Raul. My name is Zordon from outer space. I'm quite delighted to meet you."
Oh, if I say these actual names, this kid's going to be confused.
Yeah, and also they just had a war with Altar, so maybe not the best idea.
Does
But
Earth know
then,
about the war on Voltar, or is it
oh
like
yeah, oh yeah, it
okay?
was like a big public thing.
Okay, I didn't
Um,
know it was a big public thing. I thought it was just like, ooh, secret war.
yeah. Um,
Some good
also,
food, apparently.
Rocky's little sister is extremely impressed with Grace because she's a big public scientific rich lady figure, which is a great moment. But then immediately the Machine Empire goons from last issue show back up, and it's like, oh, big old cliffhanger. What are we gonna do with these kids here?
Are we gonna
Um,
get Zeo?
Potentially. And there's an entire subplot in this issue of the other Rangers on that aquatic planet exploring the Eltarian outpost and finding that, like, this planet was extremely exploited by the Eltarians, and, like, their race was almost entirely wiped out. And now, like, the entire next generation of eggs is being housed and protected in this outpost. So they can't take this outpost.
You mean they did a colonialism?
Yeah.
Mm.
And they go, oh shit, guess we gotta go somewhere else. We gotta find the next closest planet with an outpost that's abandoned. Oh well.
What if they run into the Ninja Boys and they have like an extra one and they help out, and that's kind of like
That's
the,
all I want. That's all I want. Give me actual people from actual continuity.
or at least the species. Know what? No. Know what? Know who they should run into? They should run into the planet where Piggy's from. From SPD.
Oh, that would be a fucking deep pull, and I'd be into it.
Because it's dumb enough and goofy enough that they can get away with it, but it's also like not enough canon for anybody to be upset.
And I mean, like, you don't even have to show actual Piggy.
Yeah. No, it's just to go like, there's this just one fucking asshole. He's off on Earth. Because remember, he was several decades in the past before
Yeah.
SPD happened.
That's the weirdest thing in all of Mystic Force. And Mystic Force is a weird ass show, in my opinion.
I liked Mystic Force. Hey, tell me about the spaceship book.
All right, last issue of Last Flight Out, the indie book I've been following from Mark Guggenheim. It's very obviously either a streaming show or a movie pitch. And it is very much a last issue that you would expect out of this book. A lot of characters finally connecting and repairing their damaged relationships, and some big revelations about stuff. And there's a big old struggle to catch up to the space colony that took off at the end of last issue. And there's a bit of a sad ending, and a bit of a flash forward, and it's all very emotional and very good. I liked it. I don't want to spoil it too much for people.
Are there horses in the book?
Yes.
Okay. I read issue 11 of Eternals.
That's a Captain America. What's your Captain America doing in my Eternals?
A really funny thing. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Okay, so the Eternals are going like, all right, we need to talk to that Celestial that's in there because there's fucking goofy magic ghost bullshit, whatever. We need to do that. And we can't ask the Avengers because they'll ask questions, get their nose and everything, and things will just go awry. So we need to be sneaky about this. Okay. We're going to sneak in the best we can so Ajax can talk to the ghost and get the information. Everybody else just kind of run distraction. And then, Thanos is about to blow up a city. So the powerful Eternals, Thena, Icarus, and Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh, need to go fucking save the city. And they're going like, oh shit, how do we save the city? They eventually do save the city by using like this pocket dimension thingamajig. They pick up the whole town and they pick it up and drop it over somewhere else. Everything's destroyed, but everyone's safe. So they save the city.
Is it weird that, like, to this day, whenever I hear the name of Gilgamesh, I don't think of Eternals, I don't think of the actual myth, I think of the frickin' mech from Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the best part, though, is Kingu, who's an actor, who's been an actor in the books for a while, who's also a martial arts person. Kingu dresses up in a costume. He's in Avengers headquarters. And he just goes, I am Fucklenuck from the alternate dimension. I have been traveling through multiple dimensions to fight the strongest warriors. And I shall fight you and kill you. Who the fuck are you? I am Knucklefuck. Shit, fuck. I need to keep him busy. But shit, that's why they're fighting. They're not fighting the Avengers because, like, oh, fuck the Avengers. They're fighting the Avengers because, like, we can't let them know and we need to keep them busy.
We're doing shit.
So he's just going like, shit, fuck. And then something happens and they go like, oh, shit. Is this Eternals bullshit? The Avengers go like, oh man, is this Eternals bullshit? Is Cersei part of this? And Kingu goes like, alright, change of plans, go all out. So he starts fighting them for real.
Oh my god.
And Ajax, who's been having a very big crisis of faith lately in the book, is trying to talk to the ghost, and the ghost isn't talking to her. And she's just like, hey, just give me the information I need, please. Just help us. Until she eventually just, like, clocks him in the head with a mace. Ooh. And he's just lying on the ground speaking in binary as Ajax is just overhead of him and go like, yeah, fucking talk now, bitch. It's great. It is like pure, dear God, how do these people fucking live?
Yeah, this is a lot of chaos energy right here.
It's great. All the while, Namor and Cersei are in a hot tub flirting.
Because of course.
Yeah. So, like, it's fun. That's why I'm not super worried about, like, oh, Judgment Day, Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. Because, like, this is the vibe that the teams are going for. It's not, we need to destroy this other team. It's, shit.
I also just love that you word it that way, because, like, now I'm thinking of, like, Michael Cole going, it's a fatal four-way to determine the Marvel title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's good. I really like what they're doing to show the Eternals' personalities. Also, this cover of Captain America and Kingu is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
We both read X-Men.
X-Men saves the day.
This is just kind of a little one-shot adventure of the X-Men.
Yeah, it's good, solid stuff. Of just, like, you don't know what the fuck is happening until you're halfway through it, but you kind of dig that.
So essentially, Laura comes back to life. They fuck up her resurrection, so she currently has a fully antimaterium skeleton, which is not how things work.
Yeah, that sounds kind of heavy there, Doc.
Yeah, no, the reality bender dude fucked up. He's like, it's just her claws? Oh shit. I fucked up. And we really see why he fucked up.
And she's like, "Oh, this is why Logan's pecs are huge, because he's constantly lifting."
Yeah. That's why he's so dense. But basically, they do some scans on the fucking moon where that one asshole landed, and they go like, "Oh shit, there's things there. There's a mutant signature. What is that? Oh, that's probably Kurt's body when he fucking saved Mars. Oh, there's a lot of adamantium. Yeah, Logan's died a lot lately, so there's just a lot of skeletons floating everywhere." But they do find one thing. Laura goes in, sneak, try to save it. And it's Lady Deathstrike, who hasn't been around at all in this new era of X-Men.
Lady Deathstrike's back. You remember Lady Deathstrike? I remember Lady Deathstrike. She's an action figure that came out recently.
Yeah. So Laura goes like, all right, cool. You're not what I expected because I thought you were going to be another clone of me. So I'm just going to save you anyway. And she's going like, fuck you, why? Because I'm a superhero. They do a superhero adventure. They get back to Krakoa. Lady Deathstrike heals up. And she just kind of fucks off. And it's like, I will remember this. You get one favor.
Yeah. I also love the visual gag of, like, early on, they say people are taking bets on how well the mission will go. And then, like, there's just a panel of Jean Grey going, like, oh, found her. And then everybody in the background just has handfuls of money.
Yeah. Oh, that was great because they got fucking booted out of the space thing into space. And she's just like, I'm thinking of my position, Jean, just fucking catch me.
Mm-hmm.
Just great trust, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Also like the exchange between Laura and Scott with that. All right, who's bets on when she get discovered? Wait, you really have that little faith in me? Laura, Logan would have started the bets. Yeah, no. Also, just a good Laura story.
Yeah, solid stuff. And then we get a little bit of follow-up of Destiny being an absolute Karen.
Yeah. But Rogue is also like, hey, Mom, can you not be an asshole? And he's like, you don't know what being an asshole means.
And then Rogue flirting with Rocket Raccoon is not something I thought I needed in my life, but it was great.
Oh, and I love that bit of like, hey, Rocket, can you tell me about this thing? This thing that I'm not associated with. I don't know. Yeah, sure, I'm here. What do you want?
Yeah.
Also, just nice to see Rocket in the suit again. It's good.
Yeah, good, solid issue of the X-Men.
And that's all the books we read.
Yay, we did it. We did the comics.
We accomplished the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have anything else you want to say about comics and news this week?
A bit of a down-tempo week, but overall not bad.
Hell yeah. Hey, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Hey everybody, I'm a Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos sometimes when I feel like it. You can find them at youtube.com/thevacuuminator. I'm on Twitter. I tweet about things, sometimes mostly how much I hate the other people in the fandoms I'm in. That's at the Vacuuminator. And I'm on Instagram posting photos of toys, my dogs, and my nephew. That's
nice.
at the _Vacuuminator.
Hey, do you want to watch Twitch streams? Twitch.tv/BoingoWriter. Hey, do you want to see social media? Do you want to see social media? You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Boingo_Writer. Do you want to see videos I make, video essays, and editorials? Look for Boingo Writer on YouTube. Yeah.
What the fuck happened there? Did Stephen Grant just take over your body for a second?
Have you never had an inside burp?
No.
Every once in a while, like, it starts off like a burp, but it's just like
It's just a big
everything happens
inhale.
in reverse, and it always sounds like fucking death incarnate.
Wow.
And I can't stop it once it starts.
Damn. All right.
Do you have any final words?
Like, comment, subscribe to Modular Media, everybody.
Oh yeah, follow other podcasts. Do you have any other final words for the gag?
Um, I hope the entire next episode doesn't feel like padding.
Enough said.